highest and most invaluable form of wealth that you can ever get, you can't earn. It's free. What do I mean by that? Anything that you could pursue in your life in terms of like wealth, in terms of like a better setup, in terms of getting a relationship, or I don't know, getting muscles or intelligent, like intellectual ability or something like that. All of that, all of it is secondary to what you already have as what you are. Now, if you think about this structurally, it technically makes sense, because why would you ever value something that you had to pay for when you could have gotten something happy in a happier way, right? Like if you had to pay something, it kind of diminishes the wealth that you have in enjoying it, because what you're doing is like taking something from yourself that you already have and then giving it to something else or someone else to just see a return of what you already are. So technically speaking, if you think about it, the highest form of wealth is not out there. It never technically can be. It's always forever where you are. Like that's just the principle of all wealth. If you think about it, like if you see somebody who is like a millionaire and they have all the toys and the setup and the romantic storybook type like experience, and it's just like the most amazingly sumptuous, lavish, luxurious experience, and you're just like, oh, I want it, right? All of that is less happy than what you suffering at the most backwards experience, having the worst time of your life, breaking your bones, breaking your heart, suffering illnesses and stuff like that. All of that is less valuable than what you have when you're living in Auschwitz, suffering. That is the reality of how valuable each and every single one of you are, just as is. You were born that way. The only thing that you see people achieve is an understanding of that in some way. But most of the time, if you really look at it, even the most fabulously wealthy people in the world, or the people who seem the happiest, either they're expressing some understanding, some comprehension of their own inherent self-worth, and so they will just express things that help you to relax, that help you to see yourself in like a beautiful way, and help you to appreciate like the goodness of just simple things, of just what everything is. It helps you appreciate what you already are. Now, I would go even further to that than to say someone who we would consider a master, or like an ascended master, a Christ, a Buddha, someone like that. Now, we don't really have conscious access, generally speaking, to physical walking around the streets kind of like Buddhas and Christs today in this world. I'm not aware of any right now that you can find people who sort of approximate, kind of contain sort of the same image, reflections of it, shadows of it, shapes of it, but not the actual person themselves. But in that instance, from my own experience, what ends up happening is the reverse of what you might think. You don't feel in awe with them. You feel in awe of yourself. You feel your own inherent wealth and odyssey within you. It is an incredible, incredible, incredible experience to be yourself just as is. Everything about you is everything you think you're exploring out in the world by going on vacation or meeting interesting people or whatnot. It's all just experiences of you experiencing different parts of yourself that you're not fully woken up to. But when you start to awaken, that's when you start to have experiences that deepen your appreciation inwards of who you are. And the consequences of that are that you can express that further out into the world, and people will tell you your own story back to you in the manner, in the color, in the shape, size, and form that they have as their expression of themselves in their life, so that they can bring you in touch with more of yourself, and you can stretch out into the infinity of what you always were and always have been. That is the reality and the truth of who you are. This is Summer. If you like these videos, please like, comment, subscribe, share it with your friends, and I really want to hear what you guys have to say about that and what you have to think about that. Check out my blog too at summerinthewind.wordpress.com. And if you feel like sharing some support, I left a PayPal link on the bottom. But really what I really want is to like just hear what you guys have to say about that. So please comment, let me know what you think about that. Thanks a lot, and have the kind of day that you all know you're worthy of.